What's the name of the girl out there now?
Astrid.
Astrid.
Yeah.
He knew Astrid, he knew Helen,
Yeah.
and there was some other people he knew there. Yeah. So I used to go along. It's a few years ago. Yeah.
With your father?
No, I went along myself. Well, I didn't realise he was going there until after he died. When he died, my mother gave me a letter. We had the same name, Albert Paterson. I opened it up, and it said, Brahma Kumaris.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know he was going there because when my father was going to the Brahma Kumaris, I was working down south or overseas, and I didn't know he was going there. He never mentioned it to me.
So before that, you didn't know about Buddhism either?
Who, my father?
You?
No, me, I didn't know about Buddhism, no. No, it was only, I seen a program on TV about an American professor. And he was a professor at a university in America. And he went over and he went along the border of Nepal and China. It may have been India as well, but I think it was Nepal. And this particular one was Buddhist monks that had mummified themselves. They'd eaten lots of bark. They'd stopped eating and then eating bark. And they were trying to protect the local community from starvation, the bad harvests, and also eye infections. A lot of the local people were going blind. And he went along the border, and these monks were just sitting there in meditation poses, mummified, and they mummified themselves. And they were along the border between China and Nepal. And that was the first I was aware that Buddhism was interested in or defended a lot of meditation. So I got interested in it. And then I went down to Friends of the Western Buddhist Order in Crown Street. I used to go down there. And then I think it was somebody there. It was either somebody at the Brahma Kumaris or somebody at the Friends of the Western Buddhist Order mentioned your group in Constitution Street. So I stopped going to the Brahma Kumaris and I stopped going to Crown Street, and I started going to your group in Constitution Street. But I wasn't aware that Buddhism was interested in meditation. I knew nothing about Buddhism. The first thing I learned about Buddhism was from that TV show. I thought, this is really interesting. I was really interested in it.
So then after that you began to read the books on Buddhism?
I started buying loads of books, and then I realized there was a number, Tibetan Buddhism, Mahayana, Theravada, different types,
And after reading about Buddhism, how did you feel?
I felt good. It was really interesting. Made sense. Made a lot of sense. And I just found myself attracted to it, It just felt good, I think it was the problem with, I believe if you had the Buddha and Jesus and probably Muhammad and the other people, I believe they would all agree with one another and get on great. I believe they would all agree with one another's teachings. But what I thought was that the church here, it's just like a set of rules. They don't give you any guidance on how to lead your life or meditation, things like that. But Buddhism, I thought, gave you a good grounding on how to lead your life, meditation, explained a lot of things that Christianity didn't, plus the obvious thing that an awful lot of Christians and other people, like Muslims and that, very hypocritical. They claim they're Christians, but they don't lead their lives like Christians. They're obsessed with money obsessed with money and power, you know. And I thought Buddhism was more, I don't know, it just felt good, you know. So I felt attracted to it. Yeah, made sense.
What do you think needs to be done to spread Buddhism like here in Scotland?
I really don't know. I think people in the West or in Britain, I think people are very dissatisfied and angry with the way the governments, their life, you know, their lifestyle, you know. I think simply telling people, just simply telling people about Buddhism, trying to get the message across is the most important thing. But I think a lot of people are fed up with politicians and just, it's a difficult, you know, people's lives are difficult in this country. You know, like I worked hard, I thought I would have a good lifestyle. Turns out my lifestyle's terrible, you know. People are being exploited, having to work long hours. You know, I drive up the road, there's people, you know, people that are working, they've got to go to food banks to feed themselves and their family. And you've got millionaires in this country living in big houses, driving big cars, and you've got people sleeping in doorways, you know, homeless. Never seen that when I was at school, you know. When I was at primary school in the 1950s. I was born in 1950. So when I was at primary school, 1950s, you never seen tramps in the street. Even when I was at school, secondary school in the 60s, you never seen people sleeping in doorways. This is something that's happened now. And this has happened because of wealth. I think there's no political will to help these people. What the government does is it dehumanizes them. It basically says these people are sleeping in doorways, or these people cannot feed their families because they deserve to sleep in doorways, or they deserve, you know, they won't work, so they deserve to be starving and unable to feed themselves and their families. They create all this poverty and inhumanity, then justify it by blaming the victims, you know. I think that's what I find so disgusting about this country, you know. That the people with the wealth and the power, there's no political incentive. You know, they won't help people. They just look after themselves, you know, and their friends. That's what I find so difficult about Britain now. I really think it's a horrible country here, you know, because there is so much wealth here, but it's just a handful of people. It's just greed and inhumanity, you know. Yeah. So I think there's lots of people not happy here in Britain and would be interested in Buddhism, but they probably don't know about it, like me, before I seen that television program a few years ago, you know. Yeah.
What do you recommend then, means to spread the word?
I don't know, you got to get control of the media. You got to be able to get on TV, yeah,
which is
or on the internet or something like that. Yeah, that's a problem.
That's why I'm on Facebook nowadays.
Yeah,
you know, talking, giving talks.
Yeah, that obviously keeps it alive. It helps, you know. But I think you need to get on television, something like that.
Media.
Yeah. Well, I'm an old guy. Don't use Facebook or you know, social media. Don't use it. It's for younger people.
Do you want to use Facebook one?
No, yeah. Not interested anymore. Yeah.
Maybe next time I come and interview you, a live interview on your life and experience of Buddhism on live on Facebook. Is that okay?
Yeah, it'll be okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Next time I'll do that.
Yeah.
Just a general conversation about your life and about your experiences.
You can edit it.
No, live, go, talking, no editing, straight away. Natural discussion.
Natural lead-ons.
Yeah. If you remember, you gave a talk on physics, still on Facebook.
Yeah.
And there is a link on our website too. People do go and listen.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I would like to give him more.
Yeah.
I actually wrote out more, I actually wrote out the structure of more sort of talks on quantum mechanics, relativity, but never got around, started becoming ill, never got around to doing it. I like doing that.
Yeah, and people do watch it, and sometimes I got the comments from it. People talking about it.
Yeah, that's good. That keeps people's interest up.
Yeah. What do you think of physics and Buddhism?
They agree with one another.
Agree with one another.
You look at teachings of Buddhism, and you look at physics, quantum mechanics, relativity. I think they're in strong agreement.
Okay, I think today I will leave you